Charlotte is black, dude. No, it's just a picture I found online. I just think it's a funny picture of a dog forcing its way through the net, so you know. So you know how I can like see all the generators and I can see all the survivors and shit, you know, how they're like outlined through walls and shit? Not everybody has that. That's my dude's perks. Or it's from, you notice how were you still watching when I went to a different survivor and started leveling them up? That was me just pumping blood points into him because when you start out, like you're going to start out here, although you will get a bunch of blood points just because of the event going on. You start out at level 1, so you can only equip one perk at one time. And then when you level up to 15, you can finally equip all four. Well, I don't play my character until I can have all four in them. So I just play my other characters, earn blood points, pump them into a survivor until they're enough to have all four perks, and then I'll go play them. Because why would I play someone when I have one perk, right? Because then I don't have like a lot of. It's not very beneficial to me. I won't get a lot of blood points because I'll probably die, right? So instead, I'm a level 50 right now, which is the highest you can be on this character. But I'm still playing him just to get the 30,000 blood points from each game rolling in rather than like 5,000 or 10,000. Click on my name, like that little picture of the dog that says Kyle Clark next to it and 3 subscribers. And then from there, you should be able to see the most live video. You should be able to click on it. Yeah, I think that the killer quit, so we're just going to go back to the main menu, here, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. So, yeah, there's no bots. Although, like, we made Corey buy this last night, so Corey does have this too, and he was saying that the fuck, it's been so long. I've had this game for like 3 years, right? He's had this game for one night, so he was playing the fucking tutorials, and it literally took him like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to get through the tutorials. But the game has a lot going on. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know, you probably didn't really know exactly what was going on, but like there's a lot of different shit going on, and probably decisions I made that you don't know why I made them. Like you were like, why is he getting in a locker for 12 seconds and then just getting out of it? The reason I do that is because I ran out of charges in my weapon or my equipment that I brought. And this dude's perk is if I go stand in a fucking locker for 12 seconds, it comes back 100%. So I get my weapon back. So, like, people watching it might be like, dude, why would you just go do that? The killer wasn't even near you. Well, I want my fucking healing back. No, we can't hurt him, but we can, like, hit him with a pallet, and that'll stun him and, like, take away his vision for a couple seconds so you can get away. Or there's flashlights. They're really garbage. I've never used a flashlight correctly, but if you can, it'll blind the killer and make him drop the survivor if he's carrying him. Or you can vault through windows. You can crouch, obviously, and then you can just use like obstacles as your distractions. One of the key things that a lot of people don't realize, though, is that, or at least right away, is that you leave scratch marks behind when you sprint. So like and they're pretty obvious to the killer, like they glow red. So like if you're sprinting around, that's fine, but if the killer's tracking you, he's going to be able to follow where you went if you're running. He's also much, much faster than you. So if you're walking and trying to get away from him, you're going to get caught every time, right? So you got to do a fine mix of running and then maybe stopping, making a 90-degree turn, walking, so he doesn't know where you went, and then you can start running again. Just breaking up your trail or whatever. Oh yeah. You missed my favorite one that I've ever played, and I just played it for the first time today. Um, they just put a killer in here from Resident Evil, and the map that they fucking put in, like I just played this game for the first time maybe 2 months ago, and it's like a 10-year-old game. And the map that they put in is the map from the game, so I like know that map in and out because I played fucking 50 hours of that game here recently. So that was a good one. Um, Aesthetically spot on. There were some areas where I was like, this would be a dead end, or like I could climb through to get through here. And in this game, I can't do it because the function of climbing isn't there or whatever. But other than that, spot on. Yeah, the game's fucked right now. I should probably just close it. But so what happens here is likely we got a map that the killer or something didn't want, and so he just quit, and now we're just kind of stuck in limbo. Give me some time to go make some coffee. Too many, and there's too many gay ones. Like Michael Myers is in this bitch. And what Michael Myers is at the beginning of the game, he's really slow, and he doesn't really have much potential. He doesn't hit very hard, so he used to hit you twice to kill you or down you. But sneak on you and fucking stalk you, and he's watching you when you don't know it, and like building up his charge, he'd be able to one shot. So like you got to know how. Depends. They have to hook you for 2 times, or you have to be on the hook long enough that it counts as 2 times. If that makes sense. So like if I get, did you notice there were when I were you watching when I got put on the hook and died? So I tried to struggle to get off, and you got like a 1% chance of actually it working. I knew those people weren't going to come save me though, so I went through all the different stages there. You've seen it. So in the first stage, I'm just up there. I don't have to press anything. I'm just hanging. And then if you wait too long, there we go. It's going just now. Wait too long, you'll start actually struggling against the hook where they're like trying to stab you and your hands are up defending you. And then I hit skill tests in that. So like when I'm repairing the generators, there's like a progress bar, and then the wheel hit it inside of that mark. You know what I'm talking about? All I'm doing there is I'm holding R1 when I'm repairing the generator. That's all I'm doing to repair it. And then every once in a while, a skill check comes up where I just have to hit L1 where it's inside of that little white area. It goes around once. So if you don't hit it, you miss your check and the generator blows up and the killer gets alerted that you're on it. Yeah, and I stayed on it. Because this is where like reverse psychology comes into play, right? That killer knows that someone's repairing it. But are they stupid enough to continue to stay on it? Or most of the time people are gonna run away when they do that shit, right? And so like I just was like took a gamble there. I was like, well, he hasn't really come after me this whole game, so like I'm just gonna stay on this and see if I can like get away with it. And I did. But sometimes, like me as a killer, I don't play very often at all. But I'd probably go straight there, right? I know there's a person there. I'm looking for people. But that's the beauty of this game is I'd consider a killer win 2 or 3. I mean, if you killed half of them, that's pretty good. If you killed 3 or 4, that's really good. But don't get me wrong, we get fucking 4 kills all the time. It just like it really depends on, and that's why I'm trying to recruit people to play this game. We only got, as of yesterday, we only had 3 people playing it, so we always have a blueberry. And if they fucking don't want to work as a team, you get fucked and you die. If you know how to work as a team, you fucking win. It's easy, but they don't. The worst thing is when you're working on a generator, you're about to pop it, and then people fucking bring the killer right to you. It's like, bro, go do something else. No block does that shit a lot on accident. Because his character, like, it's kind of biased watching mine. I know where everyone's at once they get in a certain range of me, so I know which ways to go and shit to bring away. Not everybody can see that shit, so No Block can't see anybody. He's just running around and then accidentally runs across you with the killer, and then you get in the chase. So, like, it's not his fault, but he just always makes the wrong turn towards me. Which is what I see, like, Corey doing if I run up with him. It's not your fault, but See, like, I wish you could get this game, but nah, I just don't know. Right. Good game, though. Very frustrating. Some of the killers are just really gay. Like that one that we just played against. If that dude's, if you're good with that dude, you fuck us. Like we're not gonna last. He doesn't from his body, I don't think, but one of his skills is that like you go through a cycle with him. There's like a box that spawns on that map, and if you go to that box and disable it or some shit, those chains don't come. But if you don't do that, the chains spawn in the world, and then they start to fuck with you for like 30 seconds or a minute or something like that. And then they'll go away for a minute or whatever, and then come back. So it's just always on the constant cycle. But yeah, that's the thing. We figured out how to beat that dude. Whenever that box exists in the world, or if the killer gets his hands on the box, he can teleport around the map. You see him did it to me. He like moves super fucking fast. If someone on the map is holding that box and not solving it, then that dude can't teleport or do anything, so he's super weak. So how me, Dan, and Noblock played him the other time was I picked up the box and just went and hid in lockers around the map so that he didn't know where I was at and he couldn't teleport. So we just fucking popped generators and fucking laughed and owned him. That's exactly what I mean by people got to work together. Whereas if I was with blueberries and doing that, they might not know what I'm doing, so they might just fucking throw the game or not be doing generators. I want to say there's like 7, but we only have to pop 5. So as soon as you pop 5, the other 2 pop. And the generators, once they're popped, can't go back to not being popped. But if you haven't popped it yet, he can come up and like kick it and shit and send it backwards in progression. Some killers have crazy perks where it's like as soon as you leave the generator, if you didn't pop it, so like say he comes and attacks you and you run away, the generator immediately starts regressing, like say 200% the normal rate or some shit. Like you can have some crazy perks. Other ones are like is if a killer hooks a survivor for 5 or maybe 10 seconds, they can see all the other people's auras for 10 or 5 seconds. So you got to be careful and you got to try to learn what's happening. So like as soon as he hooks someone, if he immediately comes for you, you either know that he can see all the killers or all the survivors' auras, or he can see the auras of killers that are working, survivors that are working on generators. I think that's why I like playing this game so much. Is it's a very rudimentary game. The only buttons I'm pressing are really run, crouch, and fucking repair, which are all the triggers. I'm not really touching anything else, but you have to think a lot. You got to be on your shit, otherwise you're fucking dead. I'm trying to still figure out how to run away from the killers. That is, I'm not very good at that because they're much faster than you. And I think what I need to do is play the killer more because the more that you know how to be the killer, the more you know how to get away from the killer. But I just don't really have fun with it. Surviving's way more fun than killing for me. Pretty cheap game too. It's $15. Mm, it's a 60 gigabyte game. Yeah, I don't know if you'd even be on today, but it's a big one. What happened there, Charlotte? Was there a storm there for a minute and you started shaking? Or did you hear the air raid sirens in my headset and know what it was? Yeah, you had me tweaking, dude. I was like, how the fuck did JD hear this T-Pain song with my mic muted? Looking back on making Corey purchase this game, though, I feel like I should have made him. Did the killer really quit again? I should have made Corey buy Golf with Friends. He probably would have gotten more out of that. Well, I guess while in Rome, I'll fucking start doing my laundry. I mean, it could, but you can theoretically still play with just 3-on-1. But obviously, you can't play with 4-on-0. That's why I think that it boots us every time. It could be that, though. The thing about it is that it takes so long for survivors to get a game because there's always more survivors than there are killers. Even though this game's crossplay, so you can play Xbox, PC, all that shit. So like I could be playing against someone with mouse and keyboard right now, but it's not really too much of a fucking difference in this game as it is like a shooting game. Don't get me wrong, I mean there's definitely still an advantage to mouse and keyboard in this game, like quick turns and shit. Or even just looking behind you and the killer's after you. I can't really do that shit. I just gotta guess where he's at. No, he plays on PS. He probably, honestly, it's the PS5 version of the game, but I could see Dan even still using the PS4 controller. Like, I don't use the PS4 controller at all anymore, ever. Just because I don't know. I get used to one controller and don't like to move back and forth. But Dan will only use the PS5 controller if it's a PS5 game. Which makes sense. I mean, technically you're just appreciating your controller for an older console game or whatever, but I don't give a shit about that. I like the way this one fucking feels way better. Much bigger. For these big old meat claws. Although I think my neighbor fucking kid broke one of my controllers, so fuck that kid. I had him over, let him play the PS5, and he threw like a little temper tantrum. And then I just haven't made contact with him again. He's a cool guy, the neighbor, but it's just like, discipline your kids, bud. Don't make other people do it for you. Which I didn't, but it's still not my place. But I could have kicked him out or whatever, but it was just like, all right, like, time for you to step up and be dad. And you're not going to do it? Alright, you guys aren't going to come back over then. Funny for someone with no kids, telling parents what to do seems weird. But I just know I don't know how to be a parent, but I can tell you what the basic facts of fucking like courtesy are, right? If I went to someone's house, I wouldn't start slamming shit. I know they're kids, but don't necessarily give them an excuse either. This is pretty lame. How often do I really get like disconnected like this? Is that what you asked? I mean, I don't usually play by myself. I just don't have anyone else to play with right now, but I'd say maybe once in 10 games usually, maybe. We usually get more games than we don't, but also when I play with Dan and Noblock, these load times that you're seeing right now are really skewed because I'm one person, right? One person finds the game super fucking fast. 2, 3 people, it's super slow, maybe 5-10 minutes searching for a game. So when you get disconnected, it's really fucking shitty. But I imagine once we have 4 people, it'll be even less amount of time because then we just need to find one killer and that's it. Otherwise, but When you're one person, you're still searching for 4 other people, 3 other people. It's waiting on me. Oh well. 'It's a good game to do laundry with, I'll tell you that much. Lots of waiting. I got through that entire fucking pile of clothes. And then the fucking killer will probably fucking quit. Ah. Woo! That's a knife almost off the edge. Right in my sockless foot. Did it start yet? I'd imagine I could hear it if it did, but figures. Is it full on the loading bar? Oh, it's starting, baby. You were like 10 seconds behind me as well on the screen. I'm fucking with my settings, so if I don't talk back, it's because I can't hear you. Oh, come on. Someone's already getting fucking attacked. Ooh, it's the blight. That's not good. You see how that bitch is sick on the side? That's how I know. It's just because I know what the... Whew! What'd you ask? They're wells. It also heals you too, but... Needed a lot of bullshit to that generator. The red what? Like underneath me? And to my right, yeah, those are generators that haven't been popped yet. And then the yellow one. What's up? Well, he should have picked me up, but he got distracted by this dude who's coming to save me now. So now I'm not down anymore, and I haven't been hooked. Well, I mean, that's just a good teammate, right? He went and distracted him while I fucking crawled away. I appreciate that, dude. Not everyone does that shit. Especially sacrificing themselves for it. I'm also making this worse while I'm running, but I really want to get to this fucking thing. Alright. That works. I wish I didn't have a med kit on. I wish I had a fucking... Oh. Oh my god. Come on, boy. I can't fucking fix generators if I'm just fucking saving your ass over and over and over. Oh my dear fuck. Start crawling, buddies. What'd you ask? Why am I not healing? Don't. Please don't. You're bringing it right here, you fucking cuck. See what I mean? What the fuck was that? See ya. She's dead. She's gone. No, she's out of this game. And that one's gone next. Unless she's coming down here. Which doesn't look like it. And if I didn't have this fucking perk, then I wouldn't know they're right there, right? So I'd be fucking out of there, and I'd be able to finish that generator. That's why it's a good perk to have, for sure. Hello. There's one. Come on, buddy boy, don't be getting caught now. Or just kite him until I can get this Jenny up. We'll see. Yes. Fuck yes. Fuck yes, other blueberry. Fuck yes. Everybody is, if they get put up, so you see those hash marks next to their name where it has 2 and I have 0? That means if either of them get put on the hook, they're dead for good. Whereas me, I have 2 chances left, but if either of them go down, they're gone for good. So I just need to get the fuck out of here. Because they're both hurt too, so I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna leave them, but I'm also not gonna die from these fuckers. I popped like all those generators. I could leave them and be done, but that's not very altruistic. So that person just went down. He's dead. And so I won there, technically, right? I escaped. But did we win as a team? I did very good there, though. I could have done more in invasion, and I could have done more on escaping. So I needed more people to escape there, but the most you can get is 32,000 blood points, even though it says that I have 47 in these categories. Each of them can have like 8,000 or whatever. Yeah, 8,000, that makes. I'm cold, Char. I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit. See, that was pretty fucking fast searching. It's fun when it's like that. I think they're all waiting on me. I don't have time to put any add-ons on, and I don't know where my controller's at. I don't know. There it is. Could have been bad. there's definitely coins in my fucking dryer. Ah, come on, game. It could also be, JD, that it's PS4 players, right? Because I'm just used to a different loading time, so. Especially PS4 and bad internet, like, yeah. This feels like the killer quit, though. Do not take my spot, Char. There will be consequences. Those consequences are being pet. Good girl. Damn. Dog toy. Awesome. Great showcase of a game. What are you playing? No? Why not? They don't watch the games? Subscription? If you tell me you should pre-order it. You can't just get like ESPN Plus or some shit? Right. I feel like you could just use Reddit and find it. Find streams for it. I can show you how to do that shit. And you just get it for free. Actually, I asked Cooper about it a while back. I'll text you what he uses. I mean, Cooper's got to know, right? He watches every fucking sport ever. We just got to learn you on some of the electronics. You want to play some Rocket League? This is so frustrating. You're good. I'm cleaning up the house a bit, so. There it goes. Yeah. James. All right. Give me 1 second. Madden. How many of those did I escape from one? Escape from a couple there, like 4 in a row or some shit. Yeah, I got fucking nothing. That shit never happened. Fuck that. Sorry about that. Myself. Oh my lord. 5 5 minutes maybe. What are you talking about? We were waiting on you for that long. It's not my fault you fucked up inside of Madden, but don't you dare take it out on me. Don't you hold on me.
No, it's fine.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep doing my laundry then. Alright, I will. You've been sitting here waiting on me, not saying anything. Well, I've been waiting for you to literally say one word. Because I can't just know that you're here. Sixth sense it. Yeah, is that your clip?